What's up, Michael Jordan collectors and investors? I hope you guys are having a good day. So on this show, we covered the Michael Jordan rookie card base, the sticker rookie card, and the 84 Star XRC. Also covered all of the items in the major auction houses that are going on right now. So Card Gems here, welcome to my channel. This is today's February 19th Michael Jordan rookie card market report. All right, let's dig into this. So Robert Edward Auctions, the big auction house, they have a PSA 10 Michael Jordan rookie card up to $330,000, and they have a sticker rookie card PSA 10 up to $115,000. And look here, look at this 87 second year Fleer card, which is actually the fourth year, but second year Fleer card, $38,000 on this one. That's just crazy. If you had the buyer's premium, that's insane. And look at the sticker. This is a rare card. This 87 sticker and a PSA 10. You rarely see this card come up. That's just incredible. They have a PSA 9 for $33,000, and they have this PSA 8 for it's up to $11,000. So if we check Heritage Auctions, we have the PSA 10 here for $470,000. If you had the buyer's premium, it's like $564,000. So that's in the lead right now as far as all the PSA 10s. Here's a PSA 9 for $40,000, SGC 9.5 for $62,500. These have 9 days left. There's also a PSA 8 here for $15,500, a BGS 8, and then we have a PSA 7 as well. So we have a few more down here, but these haven't started yet. These don't start till later. See the dates here. These auctions have not begun yet. But let's look down here. I think there's something down here. Yeah. So let's look at this. This is a Star BGS 9. So this is a very high-end Star XRC. And this is up to $115,000 with 8 days left. So that card's just going crazy right now. So if we go to Golden Auctions, they have a Star card here. This is autographed. This is a 9 with a 10 auto. So this is a 9 as well. This is up to $240,000. Here's a PSA 10. It's up to $450,000. Here's another PSA 10 up to $425,000. So here's a PSA 10 sticker with the PSA 10 sticker set. You get the host set. It's up to $170,000. Here's a PSA 10 sticker by itself for $120,000. Look, here's a Star card and a PSA 8. PSA does not grade these anymore. They only grade a few of these, and this was the highest. So this is at $72,000. Here's a couple of second year cards. These are like limbo cards. It's not the XRC. It's not a rookie card. It's just kind of stuck in the middle. So they're around $3,500 and $2,750. So here's a SGC 9.5. It's up to $42,000, and here's a BGS 9.5 with a 10 center and a 9 surface, $86,000 on that one. Here's a PSA 9. You get the host set. The host set is raw, but you get a sticker that's graded. It's like a S with a stain qualifier on that one. Here's an 8.5 for $11,000. Here's a couple of 9s, $36,000 and $26,000. So if we go to cardladder.com, PSA 1 has a pop of 130. So for the past month, it's averaged for 3,800. Last sold for 4,450 on the 18th, so very recent. And the high price is 5,125. If we go to eBay, we have one here for about 5,500, 0 bids. And then here's one, $10,000 or best offer. So if we check out the PSA 2, it has a pop of 175. For the past month, it's sold for an average of $47,042 from 7 sales. It last sold for $5,307 here on the 18th. The record high is $5,307. So if we check eBay, we have one here for $3,383 for 4 bids, 22 hours left on it, $4,500 no bids. And here's the cheapest you can get for best offer buy now for $6,495. So if we check the PSA 3, it has a pop of 330. For the past month, it is sold for $5,551, 7 sales. Last sold for $5,655 on the 12th. The record high is $6,250. So if we check eBay, we have one here for $4,300, 44 bids. Here's $4,500, 11 bids. And here's $6,995, 0 bids. And here's the cheapest that you can get it for best offer buy it now, $8,500. So if we check the PSA 4, has a pop of $674. For the past month, it is sold for $7,224, 10 sales. It last sold for $6,399 on the 14th. The record high is $8,595. If we check eBay, we have one here for $3,550, 16 bids, $4,100, 2 bids, $5,123, 47 bids, $5,300, 33 bids, $6,100, no bids, $6,600, buy it now. So that's the cheapest that you can get it for, buy it now. And here's the cheapest that you can get it for a best offer, buy it now, $6,990. So if we check the PSA 5, it has a pop of 1,026 for the past month. It's sold on average of 7,433 with 16 bids. Last sold for 8,066, 18 bids. The record high is 8,600. So if we check eBay, we have one here for 3,073. This is a new listing, 9 bids. 6,900, no bids. And this is the cheapest you can get for best offer buy now, 7,750. So if we check the PSA 6, it has a pop of 1,686. For the past month, it sold for 9,000 on average, 21 sales. It last sold for 8,100 on the 18th, so very recent. The record high was 11,811 right here on the 2nd. So if we check eBay, we have one here for 2,500, 10 bids. It's a new listing. There's 3,100, 26 bids. 3,150, a new listing, 2 bids. 5,600, 60 bids. 5,800, 6,800, 7,100, 36 bids. And this is the cheapest you can get for best offer buy now for $8,299 or best offer. That's a new listing. So if we look at the BGS 6, has a pop of 452. For the past month, it's only had 3 sales and it averaged 7,333. The last sale being 7,050 on the 12th, and the record high is 7,700. There are none on eBay. So let's look at the BGS 6.5. Has a pop of 626. For the past month, there's been 4 sales. It's averaged at 8,143. So it last sold for 8,556. That's also the record high on the 18th, so very recent. If we check eBay, we have one here for 6,100, 16 bids, and 7,500, 1 bid. And this is the cheapest you can get it for a buy now, 9,500. Or you can get 15,000 or best offer. So checking on the BGS 7, we have a pop of 966. For the past month, we have 5 sales. It averaged 10,699. Last sold for 9,500 on the 13th. The record high is 12,700. So if we look on eBay, we have one for 13,500 or best offer. So right away is the best offer. We have none on auction. Here's 13,950. Buy it now from PWCC. So if we look at the PSA 7, has a pop of 3,390. For the past month, we had 43 sales, average at 12,984. So basically 13,000. It last sold for 11,480 on the 18th. So very recent. So the record high was 15,900, like right here on the 7th. So we check eBay. We have one here for 2025, a new listing. Here's one for 2025, new listing. Here's 5,800, 14 bids. 6,100, 2 bids. 6,100, 9 bids. 7,200, that's at 34 bids. 9,100, 39 bids. 9,500, no bids. 9,600, 21 bids. 10,000, 18 bids on that one. And here's 11,000, no bids. You can buy it now for 15,500, but you can get a little cheaper than that. 12,100, 35 bids. And this is the cheapest that you can get a best offer buy it now, 12,500. You can negotiate on that one. So if we look at the BGS 7.5, it has a pop of 1,451. So it last sold for 9,871 on the 14th. There's been 7 sales the last month. It's averaged for 11,000. The record high being 13,000. If we check on eBay, we have one here for 2025, a new listing for, it has 11 bids. Here's 7,000, no bids. a new listing. 7,900, 19 bids. And this is the cheapest that you can buy now. Best offer 11,500. So if we check eBay, so if we check on the PSA 8, it has a pop of 7,764. For the past month, it's sold for 19,177 on average. 74 sales. So a lot of sales on that card. So it last sold for 17,325 on the 17th here. The record high was 26,101, which was just on the 5th. So if we check eBay, we have a new listing here for 6,000. Here's one for 6,800, 8 bids, 9,000, 9,100, 9,300, 10,000, 10,000. There's 10,400, 10,300. So a lot of options here. 11,100, 23 bids. A lot of auctions here. 11,000. We have a lot of them in the 11,000 range. Here's 12,000 range. Here's the 13,000 range. So here's like 15,000, no bids. It's a new listing. Here's 15,000. This has an off-center qualifier, so make sure you look at that. There's 15,000 new listing, 0 bids. Here's 15,189, 36 bids. There's another 15,000, 0 bids. 16,038 bids. This has an hour left. 16,000, you can buy it now at best offer, so that's the cheapest you can negotiate. You still have one that's higher than that on auction, 16,200, 64 bids. Here's one, 17,131 bids. And here's one you can buy now for 25 or 17,500 starting bids. There's no bids. 18,000 buy it now, new listing. Here's another one for 17,998 or best offer. So there's lots of options for this card. Lots of options. There's PWCC 19,450 or best offer. So lots of options. There's probably like 70 listings for that card. BGS 8 has a pop of 2,041. For the past month, there's been 21 sales. It's averaged 13,701. It last sold for 11,725 on the 18th, so very recent. The record high is 17,800, which wasn't too long ago on the 7th. If we check eBay, we have one for 5,800, 35 bids, 6,600, 7,000, 155 bids, 14,232 no bids, 15,000 no bids. Here's 16,000 no bids, 16,500 a best offer. So that's the cheapest you can get it for a best offer. You can negotiate on that one. So SGC 8. So this card here for the past month has only had 3 sales and it's averaged 16,396. Last sold for 16,100 on the 18th. So very recent. 19,000 is the record high here on the 5th. So let's look at the 8.5. SGC 8.5 has had 4 sales in the past month. Its average is 16,452. Last sold for 17,655 on the 16th. Record high is 20,099 on the 15th. So if we check the population report on the SGC cards, so that 8 had 385, the 8.5 has 358, the 9 has 216, and the 9.5 and the 10 both have 25. So keep that in mind. If we look on eBay, we don't have any 8s on auction, but we have an 8.5 for 7,930 bids. This is a new listing. And here's an 8 that you can get for a best offer buy it now, 17,415. Here's an 8.5 you can get for 18,000 or best offer. And here's another one, 23,500 or best offer. So if we look at the BGS 8.5, it has a pop of 2,535. So we had 13 sales in the past month for 18,151 average. It last sold for 15,500 on the 18th. So it looks like it's tailing off now for those last 3 sales. The record high was 23,100 here on the 4th. So if we check eBay, we have one for 6,900, 12 bids, 8,600, 29 bids, 8,900. Here's one for 9,100, 10,500, 24 bids, 10,600, 30 bids. And this is the, that's a 7.5. So here's a 15,000 no bids. Here's the cheapest that you can get it for a best offer buy now, 6,800 or best offer. This is a new listing and you have several more options above that. Goes a little bit higher. So PSA 8.5 has a pop of 386. So there's been 8 sales in the past month. It is sold on average for $31,868. It last sold for $27,501 on the 18th. So it's leveling off now around this price range. So the record high was $43,400 back on the 2nd. So if we check eBay, we have one for $9,000, 19 bids. Here's $9,720 bids. Here's one for basically $30,000, our best offer. So that's the cheapest you can get it for best offer buy now. There's a few more options, but they're a lot higher. So if we check out the SGC 9, this has a pop of 216. For the past month, there's been 3 sales. It's sold on average of $39,218. So it last sold for $31,923 on the 18th. The record high is $57,600 on the 3rd. So if we check eBay, we have one for $7,913 bids. And then we got this new listing here for basically $50,000 or best offer. So that's the cheapest you can get it for a best offer. You got a few more options here that are much higher. So PSA 9 has a pop of 2,768. For the past month, there's been 30 sales, and they've averaged 64,126. So it last sold for 64,218. So right at that average right there. So that was on the 18th that it last sold for that price. A little bit of a tick up right there. I mean, it's come down, but it looks like it's going up just slightly. So 88,999 was a huge spike here on the 10th. So let's check eBay. See what we got. So we got 23,046 bids, 23,020 bids, 25,526 bids, 27,000, 36,000, 50,589 bids. And here's 59,500 our best offer. So this is the cheapest you can get it for a best offer. And then here's 61,500, 65,000 our best offer, and it just gets higher and higher from here. 69,000 new listing. And lots of options on this card, all the way up here to like better eye appeal stickers from PWCC and stuff like that. And it goes all the way up to 200,000. So BGS 9 has a pop of 1,641. For the past month, it's had 19 sales and it's sold on average at 38,108. Last sold for 30,678 on the 18th, so very recent. So the record high was 56,000. This huge spike here on the 10th, and it's kind of leveled off. It came down and it leveled off the last few sales, and it's just kind of a little bit declining here. So we check eBay. We have one for 8,517 bids. Here's 9,109 bids, 10,513 bids, 20,144 bids, 21,100, 22,600, and that had 21 bids. This one is 27,500 with no bids. 35,000, buy it now. No takers on that. Here's 40,000 or best offer, so that's the cheapest you can get it for a best offer, buy it now. And here's a top 30 eye appeal, a more desirable one for 40,000 or best offer. So if we look at the SGC 9.5, we know this has a pop of 25. So for the past month, or this is a 3 months, because it doesn't sell very often. It's had 4 sales for 55,000 is the average. Last sold for 125,100. So that was also the record high. We have a couple more of these in the auction houses, so it'll be interesting to see if it reaches that high again. But we have none on eBay. So BGS 9.5 has a pop of 526. So it last sold for 95,100 here on the 18th, and that was a low end. So it's been 11 sales for the past 3 months for 82,955, and the record high was 162,500, which was a high end. So this card is basically split in half. But if you look, this is not a decline right here. So all of these low sales right here are all the low ends with 1.9 sub, the minimum grade. So if you draw a straight line from here to here and into here, which is also a low end, this was the previous record, 76,000, and then you go here, 95,000. So this card has drastically gone up, about 20,000 on that low end. If you draw a line from these high ends, these humps here, these are all the high end sales, quad 9.5s and above. And then it shot up to 162. So that card has went up too. So both the low end and high end have both climbed in price. So if we check eBay, we have one here for 169,000, our best offer. This has a 9 on the center, so a low end. Here's a one that has a 9 on the surface, 175,000, our best offer. This one has a 9 on the center, on the corners, so 180,000, our best offer. So here's one that has a 9 on the edges, 220,000, our best offer. This one has a 9 on the surface, 240,000, our best offer. 245,000, our best offer. This is 9 center, 249,000, our best offer, 9 on the centering. 250,000. This has a 9 on the surface. This one has a 9 on the surface, 300,000. Buy it now. This one has a 10 on the surface, so this is a high-end quad 9.5 and above, 329,000. Buy it now. This is a pair. This is a 9 on the surface, and this comes with the sticker as well. This sold for as much as 70,000 the last time that it did sell, but it's been a while, so it's probably a lot higher than that now. 400,000, best offer for those two. Here's a pair. This has a 9 on the edges and 9 on the corner, 541,000, our best offer. Here's another high end. This has a 10 on the surface, so quad 9.5s and above, and they want 599,000, our best offer. So if we look at the PSA 10s, it has a pop of 315. For the last 3 months, it has sold for an average of 332,000, 9 sales. Last sold for 645,000 on the 3rd. The record high was 720,000, and that was 2 separate sales right here on the 30th of January. If we check eBay, we have one here for 575,000, our best offer. Here's one for 800,000, our best offer. Here's one for 1 million, our best offer. And here's one for 1,200,000, our best offer. Comes with the sticker as well. So we know that this sells for 200,000+ is on its own. So if we check the recently ended, we have this Psa 7 here. It was listed for 12,500, and it sold for right here at 11,125. So we have this PSA 5.5 that sold for 7,150, 40 bids. Here is a PSA 9 with the off-center qualifier, sold for a buy it now 24,000. So that would be, if this is confirmed, that would be a record high for that card. And here's another 9 with the off-center qualifier listed for 22,500, a best offer, and it sold for 19,500. So that's a little bit higher than the record price for that card. So if we look at the sticker cards, the sticker rookie cards, the PSA 10 has a pop of 119. For the past 3 months, it sold only 4 times for average of 102,000. Last sold for 200,000 and 100 on the 4th here. So huge price correction on that card. That's also the record high because the one that sold for 224,000 hasn't been confirmed yet. So if we look at the BGS 9.5, this card doesn't sell very often. It has a pop of 32. So for the past 3 months, there's only been three sales. It's averaged 37,125. Last sold for 69,000 on the 30th of January. So it's been a while ago. It's kind of before those spikes. And that was the record high so far. So if we look at the BGS 9, has a pop of 223. So for the past 3 months, there's only been 3 sales, and it's sold for an average of 9,586. It last sold for 13,259. That was a record high. That was just recently on the 18th. So if we look at the PSA 9, that has a pop of 1,878. So for the past 3 months, there's been 68 sales. So a lot of sales. So let's cut that down to 1 month. 39 sales. It's averaged 24,804. It last sold for 20,350 on the 18th, so just recently. And the record high is 31,131, and that was just on the 11th. So it's tailing off a little bit. So look at the 8.5. The PSA 8.5 has a pop of 73, so not very many. For the last month, it's had 5 sales, and it averaged 10,580. It last sold for 15,000 on the 7th. That's also the record high on that card. So this card has gone up a little bit. So PSA 8 has a pop of 3,480. So there's a lot of these. There's been 21 sales in the past month, and that's average at $8,310. Last sold for $6,125 here on the 18th. The record high was 13,400, and that was just on the, looks like the third here. So let's look at the PSA 7. This one has a pop of 1,314. So for the past month, there's been 45 sales. So this sold on average of 3,721, and the last sold for 2,950 on the 18th. So this card is dropping. So the record high was 5,150, and that was just on the 7th here. So if let's look at these 6, the PSA 6 has a pop of 837, and this has had 21 sales in the past month, and it's averaged 2,581. Last sold for 2,364, so close to that average, and that was just on the 18th here. So the record high was 35,005. So that was like, is it this one right here? It's this one right here for on the 13th. So not too long ago that it had spiked. And we have one more in the card ladder database here, which is the PSA 5, and it has a pop of 810. So it's been 31 sales in the last month, and that's an average of 2,202. Last sold for 2,049, so about the average right there in the 18th. So the record high was 2,899 here in the 13th. So that is a sticker rookie cards. So let's check out the 84 star. So the 84 star, this is the highest grade right here, the BGS 9.5, and there's only 3 of these. And this hasn't sold in a long time, in years. It last sold in 2015, so we have no data for that, unfortunately. So the BGS 9 has a pop of 68. So for the last month, we've had no sales data, but if we go to the 3 months, we have one right here on the, and this was on the 22nd of December, and it sold for 34,500. And this card is worth a lot more than that now, so that is kind of out of date. So we look at the BGS 8.5. This is a more common card, 237 pop. There's been 6 sales in the past 3 months. It's averaged 35,450. The last sale being 52,600. That's more like how much is the value, the actual market value is on the 18th that's sold. So this card is different from the 86 because this card is, you know, it is actually climbing in value. So the BGS 8, there's 234 of these. So for the past 3 months, it has 5 sales, averaging 17,399. Last sold for 38,000. So this card is really climbed, and that was on the 30th of January. 38,000. That is also the record, of course. So if we look at the 7.5, that has a pop of 180. For the past 3 months, there's been 6 sales for 17,616. Last sold for 32,600. So this card is also climbing, as that was on the 18th. Another card that's just rising in value. So the BGS 7 has a pop of 92, and there's only been 2 sales in the last 3 months. So that's average at 8,627. Last sold for 10,500. That was back on the 22nd of January. So that's even before like a lot of the Jordan cards had spiked. So this card is worth a lot more now as well. So 6.5, that's the last card in the card ladder database here. So it has a pop of 40. So the past 3 months, there's only just been this one sale on the 21st of January for 15,000. So this sales data is kind of out of date too. So if we check eBay, we have a few of these that are just, you know, we have none that's on auction, but we have these for best offer buy. Now we have an authentic $30,000 of best offer new listing. It has pretty good eye appeal. A lot of these cards were trimmed back in the days, so a lot of them can't get number grades. So here's 45,000 or best offer. Here's a 7.5 at 46,500, no bids. So here's an 8 for 46,999 or best offer. Here's a 7.5 for a ridiculous price. And here's, yeah, it just gets higher and higher. There's an 8.5. Here's another 8.5 and a 9 for $500,000. So yeah, these prices are crazy. So let's look at what they've been doing. So here's a 7.5 that just ended for 32,678 bids. Here's an 8.5 for 52,650 bids. Here's a 6 that sold for a whopping 31,150 bids. Here's an 8.5 that sold for 55,692 bids. Here's an authentic that sold for 12,800. And here's a BGS 8 that sold for 37,180, 66 bids. And here's a 8.5 that sold for 38,978 bids. This is back on the 2nd of February. And then this is back in January, 35,180 bids. So that's getting into the January time frame. So that's kind of a while ago. So if we check, go to the summary charts here. We'll start with the PSA 10. The record high is still 720,000. We have one up to 564,000. BGS 9.5 high end, the record is 162,500. We have one up to 103,000. Now I've calculated the buyer's premium into these, so that's why it looks a little bit higher. Calculated that 20%. BGS low end, record high. This is a new record price, 95,100. None on auction. SGC 9.5, 125,000 is the record price. We have one up to 75,000. PSA 9 record price 88,000. We have one up to 50,500. The SGC 9 record high is 56,000. We have one up to 22,600. That's not the SGC 9. That's the BGS 9. My apologies there. The SGC 9 is actually the record high is 57,600, which is higher than the BGS. So we have one up to 7,900. The PSA 8.5, the record high is 43,400. We have one that's up to 13,200. So I've also done the BGS 8.5s to the BGS 7, so you can pause the video and take a look at these. None of these are getting close to the record highs yet. We have the PSA 8 for 18,600. I don't think it's going to break the record. There's a lot of these that are listed. So the PSA 7 is up to 12,100. So, this is in the major auction house. So it's possible that this could, match or break that, but I don't know. Not going to speculate on that. So here's the BGS 6.5 all the way down to the PSA 1. So we got none of these are on auction right now. This PSA 6 is quite a ways from the spike there, so I don't think it's going to break that record. We have a PSA 3. It's at 4,500, so it's getting close, but not sure about that. PSA 2 is at 3,383, so a couple of thousand away from that record. There's no PSA 1s on auction. Well, we have one, but it has no bids, so But the record prices are pretty nice here. 5,000, 6,000. So the Jordan rookie card market is kind of leveled off, and it's kind of dipping a little bit for most of the cards. Some grades were still kind of undervalued, so they're kind of climbing just a little bit. The star cards obviously are taking off. Those are much rarer cards, and the stickers are kind of following the base cards. So, but we have a lot of big auctions, at those major auction houses. So, if all of those 10s just explode for some reason, I don't know what could happen, but if they do explode, it will impact these cards. There's a lot of ebb and flow in this market, so not to worry. It's definitely a great investment. Definitely. The future's bright. Years from now, you're going to be sitting in a good place. So, and collectors, take this opportunity. When market is dipping, take this opportunity to pick yourself up a really nice Michael Jordan rookie card. Take advantage of this, because it's not always going to be like this. It's just not. So that is my update for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And thanks for stopping by. And if you really like this video, give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I will see you in the next Michael Jordan rookie card market report.